I don't know what's going on with the stream there, folks, but hopefully you get over to this one. Look, it just gets worse and worse and worse with these people. They don't give a fuck. I'm going to show you more because there's more, you know. There's more of this stuff. And it's sick and it's depraved. It's fucked up, guys. It's very fucked up. People want to justify it. They want to justify it so that they can be justified in everything that they do. And it just, look, they'll say it's in the name of liberty. It's in the name of your freedoms. I'd like to ask, what freedom are you losing by us banning lolicon? What freedom are you losing? The freedom to jerk off to children? Do you want that freedom? Do you want that choice? Just saying. I want to show you this clip from fucking Digibro. So people understand. People understand what is being defended here. What is being defended here? Because it's shocking. It's shocking. And people go, oh, you shouldn't be saying this stuff because Rekieta will prepare a rebuttal. If Rekieta tries to rebut this stuff, he is going to look like a total fucking scumbag. And it's irrefutable, the things that I'm saying. It is true. And anybody who can listen to the sound of my voice right now knows that it's true. And the people who don't accept that this is obscenity, that this is sickening, that this is disgusting, that this is wrong, are lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves because they are fucked up in the head. They are sickened. They have a mental illness. They are either attracted to children, or they think they're some sort of pseudo-intellectual, some sort of king, some sort of god that is able to be the arbiter of truth and say that children should be jerked off to and raped and allowed to sell their bodies. Look at this fucking shit. Look at what they're defending. Look at what they're defending.
You don't got one. You want vanilla. You want to fuck your vanilla brother.
Okay, I'm describing my fantasy. Let me describe my beautiful fucking fantasy to you, monkey.
So Digibro here is going to describe his beautiful fantasy.
Let me describe what I want from my life. What I want, all I want, is to have a cute little lolly sister who's grown up with me, who looks up to me, who we understand everything about each other, we get along just right, and she thinks I'm the coolest in the world, and we just say, we just get away from society, we go out to live in the mountains in a cabin, just the two of us, and we spend all our time together. She takes care of the house, I make anime videos and make money that way, and we get to have a little sex on the side, and it's just a quiet life. It's a quiet life out in the mountains. Nothing complicated. Nothing retarded. No taboos or any of this other extra shit. Just me and my cute little sister quietly enjoying life until she's too old and we have to commit double suicide because she's not attractive anymore.
This is what they're defending. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's not acceptable. This man's fantasy, you heard him. He said it proudly. He said it publicly. He fought to be able to say that, to have his voice heard on his fantasy, to embolden other pedophiles to say to them, hey, it's okay. I think this way too. I'm not sick. I have a YouTube show. It's okay. Did you hear what he said? I want to have a sister, a younger sister that I grew up with, that I have sex with until she gets too old I'm no longer sexually attracted to her, and therefore we commit double suicide. I'm sure it'd be a murder-suicide with this sick motherfucker. And you can tell he's being genuine. You can tell that this is his fantasy. This isn't a joke. This isn't comedy. This isn't fucking yuck stand-up fucking hour. This is fucking depraved and degenerate and disgusting. And Dick Masterson has put his fucking career on the line to defend this. Nick Rekieta, will you put your career on the line to defend this? How many people are going to risk their whole livelihood, their family's livelihood, their survival, their reputation, their eternal soul to defend that guy? How many? Will you? Will you sit there and say that that's right? That's acceptable? No. 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 If you do, and if somebody fucking defends this to me and says it's fine, I think that they should get the bullet. I think people who think this way should be executed. And I think people who advocate for them in the public arena and say that this is righteous, they don't deserve to live. What happens when this man who Dick Masterson's defended inevitably acts out on his sick fantasies, kidnaps a child, forced to live in his basement for 15 years? These cases exist. There was a case in Ohio. A man kidnapped a little girl, kept her isolated from the world for 15 years, 20 years. Happens when he kidnaps a 3-year-old, a fucking toddler. He raises it, has sex with it constantly, keeps it chained up in his basement. And then when it becomes of age, he kills it and kills himself. Will anyone feel guilt? Will Dick feel responsibility for that child's abuse and trauma and death? No. No, because he doesn't give a fuck. Because that's the nihilistic worldview. That everything is fine. Do as thou wilt. This is fine. It's victimless. It's not victimless. It's fucking serious. It's disgusting. And I'm fed up with it. It pisses me off. It makes me genuinely angry. Do you guys understand that this isn't just something that I'm doing for attention or for fun or because it's some sort of fucking power trip for me or some sort of ego thing for me on this one? This is fucked. And if nobody else will stand for it, I have to. There are many people who are somehow defending the indefensible. Where are the people? Where is the public outcry? Where are the pitchforks and fucking torches in the street to burn down Netflix's headquarters? Where are the people to stand up and say enough is enough is enough? It's fucking evil, and it's depraved, and it's wrong. And you know, the law is on my side. God is on my side. The truth is on my side. And no matter how much people lie, and no matter how much people are scummy and slimy and use rabbinical tactics against me, the truth will fucking prevail. The truth needs to have its fucking day. We can't lie to ourselves about people like this. Maybe you like Dick Masterson. Maybe you like his show. You've tuned into it for years. Don't lie to yourself and keep watching it if he's going to support people like this. If he's going to platform people like this. If he's going to defend people like this. And it's not just that he's defending this guy because he's his friend. Okay? He has constantly and consistently been tweeting the most depraved and shocking commentary about children. That sexualizing them is okay. That lolicon is fine. The tweet today fucking made me nearly just snap. Fucking snap. And we'll get into Dick's fucking, the way that he's living makes you think that, oh fuck, we'll get into it in a minute. See, even if Rekida's mods ban everybody from chat, okay, the truth is going to prevail. Guys, you have fucking 20 alt accounts each. If you don't already have 20 alt accounts each, you're all fucking stupid. Let your voice be heard. Don't let it just be you're spamming PPP1. Tell them what you think about Diddler Dax. Tell them what you think about Lolicon, about pedophiles, about people who abuse children. This is serious. This isn't a fucking game, okay? This isn't some fucking bullshit. This is fucking children, your daughter, your sister. That's what this is about. Your sons. You know that there's fucking people like this that fucking would rape a little boy. Unbelievable. Really think about it. Really fucking think about it, you know? How can we let this stand? How can we let these fucking people get away with shit like this? I'll never understand. See here if I can get this to there. The proportion of American children who sometimes do not have enough to eat is now as much as 14 times higher than it was last year. At least they're not twerking. Fuck grandma. Yeah? Do you know what that is? That's him saying that if children are starving, they should be allowed to twerk and sell their ass on the fucking corner to feed themselves. So funny, isn't it? What a fucking award-winning comedian that is. It's evil. It's fucked. It's depraved. Somebody has to answer for that. Somebody has to answer for that. He has to be held accountable. You cannot say things like that. You just can't. He wants a world. Honestly, you wonder how people can justify it? They have intellectual justification. Their ideology, they say, well, how does this violate the non-aggression principle? How does it violate the non-aggression principle? The child is consenting to sell its body. How can we regulate sex? This is the free market. People should be allowed to do as they please. Why are we depriving children of the right to sell their bodies? They believe this stuff. They genuinely believe this stuff. They think it's righteous. They think it's good. That's his ideology. That's libertarianism taken to its natural conclusion is why shouldn't children be able to sell their bodies on the corner to avoid starving to death? And the libertarian has no answer as to why it's wrong. All of us who have any amount of humanity left, who aren't just depraved degenerates, drunk and stoned out of our fucking mind all day, constantly rubbing our little fucking peckers. Those of us who still have consciences left see this as disgusting and depraved, but they see it as righteous and moral. This is the fight for the future, the fight for the children to be able to sell their ass on the corner. Because, isn't poverty and hunger an evil thing? How can we deprive them of a means to make a living? They think it's righteous, and they'll try and indoctrinate your kids on their YouTube channels into believing this. They'll try and indoctrinate you into believing this. They'll tell you there's nothing wrong with this, that this is libertarianism. This is what the founders intended. I ask you this. Could the founding fathers have ever even envisioned such a thing as lolicon? Could they have even conceived the idea that adults would want to look at anime images of naked children and masturbate? No. This is fucking unthinkable. Would the founding fathers have thought? When they're drafting the First Amendment, you know what we need to protect? The right to look at naked children. No. The First Amendment protects us from the government when we say speech that the government doesn't like, that has a political purpose or a scientific purpose or an artistic purpose. This does not have any of those qualities. This is pornography. This is obscenity. This is unacceptable. I don't really think you understand the culture of the 1700s. Pornography itself would be so shocking. People in those times would never even think that there would be heterosexual pornography available for purchase, available for free, distributed everywhere. Sorry, people who are porn addicts, who think that the founding fathers intended to protect their right to masturbate, I think that they're absolutely full of shit. And I think the only reason they believe that is because they're addicted to pornography. America was founded on Christian values, if not at least informed by Christian values. And I'll tell you this. There have been obscenity laws from the beginning of the nation. The founding fathers, while they were alive, had obscenity laws. There are still obscenity laws on the books. This is not a controversial opinion. It's not a crazy opinion. Dick Masterson believes that children should be able to sell their bodies. Fuck. Guys, I'm taking this seriously, and I think that you guys should take this seriously as well. Because what we are seeing is sickness. A cancer growing within our society where sick, depraved individuals who have these fantasies are being empowered by other people who want to live out their own degenerate fantasies and think that if other people are restricted from it, then they'll be restricted from theirs. And fucking pinheaded intellectuals and libertarians that think that this shit is acceptable. I'll tell you this, if you don't fucking draw the line right now, this far, no fucking farther, this line should have been drawn 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. If you don't draw the line now, this will be taught to your children in school. This will be presented as a legitimate form of employment. Sex work will be presented as a legitimate form of employment. When you have OnlyFans and every girl signing up for it, trying to make money, sex work being normalized, and then the sexualization of children being normalized, you don't think that there'll be an OnlyFans for your child? And your child will be taken away from you if you don't let them perform for money on it? You don't think that that's going to be the case in your lifetime? You're fucking sadly mistaken. In my lifetime, I never thought homosexuality would be acceptable. It is now. How many of you, when you were growing up, was it cool to be gay? How many of you growing up thought it was acceptable to be homosexual? I'll tell you, very few of you. I never thought the day would come when there would be gay marriage. My grandfather never thought that day would come. You understand? His whole lifetime, from 1938 to the day it happened, he just thought, no, people are never going to accept homosexuals. That's sin. That's sick. It's unnatural. It's disturbing. It's wrong. But it was normalized. First, it's a mental illness. They can't control it. It's a mental illness. They can't control it. What are you going to do? Criminalize these people who were born this way? What does that sound like now? That sounds to me an awful lot like the pedophiles today who we are told cannot help themselves. They have a mental illness. What are you going to do? And so it begins with tolerance. It begins with tolerance, leads to acceptance, and finally, with homosexuality, we are now in the celebration period of that decadence and degeneracy. With pedophilia, it will be the exact same. You don't think it'll happen? You don't think it'll happen? A lot of people didn't think that homosexuality would be accepted. A lot of people didn't think abortion would be accepted. A lot of people never thought that transgenderism would be accepted. We lost every one of these fights. Every one of these fights, conservatives lost. Because it wasn't worth giving up our comfortable lifestyles. It wasn't worth actually fighting for. Now they're coming for your children. Innocent children. Your daughter, your son, they're coming for them. They want to rape your children. They want to sexualize your children. They want your children to be prostitutes. Will you let them take your children from you? Will you relinquish everything? Will you get down on your knees and bow to these people and kiss their feet and let them take your children? They've taken everything else. They've taken everything else. When are you going to let them take your children? Let it never be, Almighty God. Let it never be. But I tell you, man, this is the days of Lot, man. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. This is decadence and degeneracy, the likes which have not been seen since Rome. Openly now, on the main distribution platform in the land for entertainment, Netflix, we're seeing children being filmed in provocative and sexualized manners. Openly. Already. This is not something that's 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years away. This is right now. This is today. Some guy said, In fact, it was literally some guy said, this is why America has the Second Amendment. You're goddamn right, this is why America has the Second Amendment. Because at some point, people have to draw a fucking line in the sand and say, this far, no farther, and in fact, we are pushing fucking back. You have to. If they come for your kids, for your child, they're going to take your child away because your child wants to sell their body on OnlyFans. And you don't think they should be allowed to, but they've given children legal adult rights. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Go, is this the Ralph retort? No. Do you know why? Because Ethan Ralph's never had an authentic moment in his fucking life. This is me speaking to you people as honestly and as openly as I humanly can. Because there comes a time where you have to just be real and tell people the fucking truth. It's the truth. I'm going to tell you guys, Dick Masterson's a sick fucking man, you know. You don't think he's grooming kids already? Why don't we look at Faith Vickers? You know, Dax Herrera says that all teachers are pedophiles. Dax Herrera says 100% of teachers are pedophiles. That's what he says, straight up. Honest to God. Honest to God. He says 100% of teachers are pedophiles. His girlfriend is a teacher. What does that tell you? It tells you by his own admission that his girlfriend is grooming children for him and for Digibro and for other people in his circle. And with Faith Vickers, we saw it. He's basically come out and said, I gave her a fake ID. I served her alcohol and drugs at my house. How many children have been groomed in this way at the Barbie Dream Mansion? How many? Are there children there now, shackled and abused, crying? We don't know. And when he fucking talks like this, constantly defending pedophilia, constantly pushing this forward, saying that children should be able to sell their bodies to pay the bills. Do you really think that everybody is just going to let it go? That nobody is going to Comet Pizza this dude? That nobody is just going to pick up a rifle and walk into his house and open fire? I'm just saying, man. When you play stupid fucking games, you win stupid fucking prizes. Motherfuckers who are against pedophilia are crazy as fucking shit, some of these pedophile hunters. They will not hesitate to kill you and your girlfriend and anyone who might be present at your home. I don't think that that's the right way to handle you. I think that you should be held on trial for your crimes and then executed. But I'm telling you, man, you keep fucking playing these stupid fucking games. There are some crazy motherfuckers in your audience, in my audience, in Ralph's audience, and all these motherfuckers' audience. I am not endorsing this behavior. I'm just telling you, man. Man to fucking man. You fucking play these fucking games, you're going to win really bad prizes. It's a fact. It's a fact. Man, oh man. What a fucking sick world we live in today. So, look. I'm going to go on the Ricada show tonight. And I want to have a genuine conversation with the guy. I don't want to have to fucking tear into this guy and say he's a motherfucker and a piece of shit and a grifter and this, that, the other thing. man. Okay? I don't want to have to do that. I hope that he disavows all of this behavior. I hope he condemns it strongly and has nothing to do with the people involved. And I think that he genuinely will do that because that's the right thing to do. It's the only thing to do. Because this sort of stuff is bad for your business, is bad for your soul, it's bad for your reputation, it's bad for your family, it's bad for the rest of your friends who are associated with weird pedophiles and sick fucking degeneracy. If he doesn't do that, we are going to have a problem. We are going to have a problem. Well, you know what? If he cops out and says it's not his fight, I'm going to ask him about his daughters. He has daughters. Tell me their names, Nick. Do you think that they should be raped? Do you think that Digibro should babysit them? Do you think they should be able to sell their bodies? What are your daughters' names? This is your fight. It's every person's fight that's listening to the sound of my voice, that still has red hot blood pumping through their veins, that still has a pair of fucking nuts between their legs and a fucking brain between their ears. It is your fight. And God is with us. The truth is with us. Don't ever, 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 ever let it be that your son or your daughter be sexually abused. Don't let it happen. Don't let these sick people get their way. Trust in God. Trust in the truth.